People. Que pasa, sakpa, say what they do. Welcome to Crime Time News, where the difference is in the meds. Call it news with a buzz. This is not your typical average run-of-the-mill mama and papa blogging missionary style. No, this is blogging that takes you on top of the roof or under the cellar with mother hen and the little chickadees. We might share some of the same views. However, the meds is way different. If you don't believe me, just watch. This one is called, there's a popular song, I think Tenasa or Nitty Gritty sing it. It goes something like this. Someone step on my corn and don't tell me sorry. People, whenever that happens, it seems as if it is problematic in your learning, educational institution, RE schools. Back to back. We saw at a school in St. Elizabeth called BB Cook or BB Cook, because it seems as if some of these kids are on some sorts of drugs. An 11th grade student pretty much clot up a younger student, 14-year-old, all because he stepped on his bootleg Clarks. It was not even a real Clarks based on what his lawyer said. I will get to that later on in the news. Fast forward about 24 hours or so ago at a place called Steeltown Academy, which is in St. Anne. It is said that a 13-year-old student was pretty much clot up almost DEATH by 6 other students, all because somebody stepped on somebody's corn, somebody's shoes. Don't know what type of shoes is in question in this incident. Based on what they said, this happened early in the morning at about 8 o'clock. This child, 13-year-old, stepped on the shoes of a next student. That student would tell her, listen, wait till later, I'm going to deal with your case. As a matter of fact, I am going to let the SSP for the area explain exactly what transpired, and then I'll give my piece.
The person that assaulted her indicated that she would deal with her case after school concluded. On the conclusion of class, around 2:30 p.m., she was set upon by 6 students of the said school who physically assaulted her. She was rendered unconscious and was taken to the the Regional Hospital, where she was treated and revived. The police were informed of this incident and immediately commenced investigation. We will be collaborating with the school with a view to see how best we can treat this matter in an appropriate way. So we'll be appealing to the students that are involved to make themselves available for the investigation to continue.
Now people, you heard what the SSP said. This happened at 8 o'clock in the morning. This person was ASSAULTED about 2:30. That is after she got the warning that, listen, don't make 2:30 come and you're still the boat. You are going to get a royal CLAATINGS. She was ganging up, she was plotting, she was scheming that, listen, how this girl for step on my shoes and not tell me sorry. So therefore when 2 o'clock or 2:30 came, she said what she was going to do, and she did exactly what she was going to do. 2:30 upon the dot, this girl seems as if she was a target. She have a red dot on her forehead like one of them, you know me I talk about, from Bangladesh. It is said that this little pitney was taken to the place of recovery where she was treated and revived. So pretty much them little vagabond lick the common sense out of this girl whole body, whole being. So based on what this SSP is saying, at least 6 children that are involved will be questioned. He is appealing to those kids that are involved, those vagabond, to make themselves available to the poor so they can come to some sorts of conclusion. Now, in the case of BB Cook or BB COKE, because it seems as if them mad, them sick, them depend some sorts of drugs, them a smoke some sorts of season spliff. It is bad, but it is not as bad because when you take into consideration we are dealing with boys, they are usually more aggressive. And the fact that this happened in the evening, not to say that the evening make it better, but the fact that it did not happen in the morning and then him give some sorts of warning. It was kind of spontaneous. It was wrong, but it was spontaneous. In the case of this little vagabond Sketelina, this happened 8 something in the morning when school just a start. And then she warned the girl and tell her, said, don't make when evening come, you're there, take care of yourself. So this makes it premeditated. This makes it the fact that she had hours, 8 hours or so, do the maths. For contemplate, think about it, make a wiser decision. However, she was so consumed with anger. She wanted to show and prove the rest of the little dirty Sketelina friends that she have that listen. We are going to show these people who run this institution, who run this prison-like environment, because it seems that that is exactly what is going on in these schools in Jamaica. And back to back, we got perfect examples. So people, just imagine you send your children to school only if you get a call, say them they are the hospital. Only if you hear say them almost on DEATH bed, almost comatose, has to be revived because of some other student or students. And the thing with that BBCOKE school is that the little boy was given bail in the sum of $300,000. I think he goes back to court on Wednesday. He was offered bail, but there were stipulations, meaning that he have to turn over him travel document, he have to reports. So pretty much he is a minor. More than likely, if he gets any time at all, it is going to be minor time, while your child has to suffer, go through the pain, go through the intimidation, almost lose them life. What type of message is these judges sending to Jamaica, a place that is crime-ridden? You have to start setting example for these people, students. As long as them show some sort of criminal-minded attitude, you should make them pay. You should make others, deter others from doing the same DAMN thing. But people will say, even a country that is riddled with crime, you would have thought that the common sense, rational thing to do is make sure these people pay. Make sure they don't just come out of jail scot-free, easy like 1, 2, 3. Now, it is bad and not so bad when people almost lose them life. However, in cases in which persons lose their life, what is the judge's rationale for giving these people bail? I am speaking about an incident that occurred in Port Antonio, meaning Portland, I think, in which 2 persons lost their life. A lady that was almost 9 months pregnant, her name is Sade Pink, and an ex-youth that was just at the wrong place at the wrong time. He was taken out innocently. There was a young lady that was said to be the suspect. Her name is Jody Ann Jackson. As a matter of fact, it is said that Sade Pink was in some sort of relationship with her man. As a matter of fact, Sade Pink was pregnant for her man. She also has a child or 2 for this youth, who happens to be a chopper, happens to be a crime producer. This lady, Mrs. Jody Ann Jackson, got in her feelings got jealous and decided that she was going to take away Shade just before she was supposed to deliver her baby. She plotted and schemed with some other family members, and she rolled up one night when Shade Pink and the innocent youth and other persons were playing a game of domino. It is said that Jody and Jackson was the driver of the getaway vehicle, was the mastermind behind everything. She went with the hitman, pull up, drive past the people and play domino. There are videos out there to validate what I am saying. Parked up said vehicle, alighted from said vehicle, GUNMEN come out, blaze up Mrs. Shade Pink and the innocent youth while they were playing domino. She then drove off with the hitman with her other cronies and leave this lady to DIE, which was at least 9 months pregnant with the child of her boyfriend. Now people, when we hear stuff like this and we see what is going on in Jamaica and we see that Jamaica is a crime-ridden place, we have to ask the question, based on the climate of what is going on in Jamaica, that is what we would expect for these judges when they make decisions as it pertains to bail. What do you have to do to qualify how bad, how despicable must your crime be? Do you have to be some sorts of Chucky Leatherface, some sorts of SERIL type to not qualify for any sorts of bail? Because in the case of this lady, Jody and Jackson, she planned, she schemed, she was the driver, she orchestrated, this was cold-blooded, premeditated murder of Shade Pink, an innocent youth, and also her unborn child. So therefore, she was responsible for at least 3 people losing their life. However, she is presently out on bail. So people may have to ask the question, and this is where you always hear me talk about this buddy club, because it makes absolutely no sorts of sense for you to commit some serious crimes and still be given bail by the judge through your lawyer. So it tells you that these lawyers, defense lawyers, have these judges like a puppet on a string. Them have them by the neck, them have them by the BALLS. Because it just does not make any sorts of sense, any sorts of rational thinking for the climate or the culture in Jamaica to be like it is. We're one of the most notorious, evilest, criminal-minded place, have the most leniency as it pertains to bail. People, that is not rational thinking. It makes no sorts of sense. What this shows you that this is corruption and buffoonery in its highest heights. Point blank and period. Further on in the news, after all of the circusry and buffoonery as it pertains to the one done Blackman Andre sentencing at the courts, it seems as if there was some more drama yesterday. As a matter of fact, it seems as if he had some sorts of medical condition in which he could not breathe. The court have to take a pause and rush him out for a little bit. It seems as if he was having one of those Fred Sanford moments. He almost had an heart attack, and maybe for Jamaica he should have. Anyways, it continued and he got his sentence. I am going to let your learned judge, Mr. Sykes, explain exactly what he is getting and why, and everything in intricate details. People, take a listen, take a look to what your judge has to say, and then I'll give my piece.
The sentence is on count 11 and 12. So the sentence on count 6, 15 and 19 concurrently with the sentence on count 1. Sentence on count 11 and 12 consecutive to the sentence on count 1. And count 7 and 8 consecutive to the sentences on counts 11 and 12. Everybody got that? There's 2 consecutive sentences. I've covered all the counts. I've covered all the counts, yes? So it's 21 and a half plus 6 and a half plus 11 and a half. It's 21 and a half plus 6 and a half plus 11 and a half. That's a total of...
So people, bottom line is that Mr. Blackman got 39.5 years, 39 and a half years. I guess that is after the good time. Sometime concurrent, sometime consecutive. It is a bit confusing. But when we look at the age of Blackman and 39 years, don't know how much before he is eligible for parole. Maybe he might do about 25 or 30 something people. Me no know, I kind of get bored with the case. I just wanted to hear the result and not so much the details. When we think about the amount of things that this man has done, his cronies has done, the amount of murders, how cold they were, the fact that he has no sorts of heart, no sorts of remorse. He did not really apologize to the people. He made the court in some sorts of circus. You would have thought that the inner Judge 100 would have come out of Judge Sykes. However, I would say that most persons were disappointed. And yes, I doubt how weak Mr. Blackman is that he can actually do all this time and come out of the big yard before the end of his natural life. So more than likely he is going to DIE in at the big yard. But me just say the numbers don't look right. I was not very impressed with the amount of time that he got, considering the amount of stuff that he has done, the amount of major damage that he has done in a Jamaica as a criminal. So people, let me know if you think that these judges in a Jamaica, they are too lenient. Let me know if you think, say, the things that they've done and the sentence that they were given, does it match up? Does it make any sorts of sense based on the climate in a Jamaica? Point blank and period. Further on in the news, it is called, be very careful what you do. Be very careful what your family or friends, associates do, because it may come back and haunt you. Also, hear no evil, see no evil. If you are a witness in any sorts of crime, especially MURDER, it will surely come back and haunt you, especially if you send out any sorts of alarm. About 24 hours ago, a mother and a daughter lost their life in a very bad way on Spanish Town Road at the compound of National Solid Waste Management Authority. It is said that the lady, her name is Sophia Drummonds. She is a co-worker. She also sells breakfast at the front of the compound early in the morning. Her daughter, Dominique Duaney, also lost her life. Based on the Popo report, it is said that at about 5 a.m. in the morning, the people hear all sorts of loud EXPLOSIONS. When them go round there, they realize that this lady was conned up. Her daughter in the front of the vehicle was also conned up. It is said that her daughter had just returned on Sunday. They lost their life on Monday. Within 24 hours after returning to Jamaica from some sorts of foreign place, this daughter lost her life. It is said that when the incident occurred, this is the details or sequence of things. The mother heard the loud EXPLOSIONS run round to the front of the vehicle to see where go on. She then got a couple of pieces too. It was obvious it's either they came for the daughter or came for both of them. I think the mother is probably the target. And this is based on the fact that she had called TVJ News before in or around July or so. And she was screaming on top of her lungs that, listen, me I go DEAD, me I get all sorts of DEATH threats. She had make it be known that she had spoken to the boss of the NSWMA, and she told her that, listen, I do not want you to send me over to Riverton because me and some people have a problem. Do not send me into DEATH parts. People, this was in July. We are presently in October. So people, it seems as if she might have witnessed something. It seems as if she might have lived in some sorts of place, and she was given the walking paper, the pink slip for leave, or do not say whatever you saw. Don't know what is the details. However, it is obvious that that came back and haunt her. It is obvious that Jamaica being a very small place, these people have some sorts of spotlight, and somebody saw her, some sorts of intelligence or information got back to the wrong people, and these wrong people went and made their wrong rights. If you understand what I mean, pretty much she was at the wrong place at the wrong time or the right time for the wrong people. So people, like me say, this is just new information that is out there based on what the people must say, based on what is going on, based on information from the popo. As soon as I get some more pertinent information, I'll be sure to divulge ASAP. Point blank and period. So anyways people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like these, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. Bless up.